figures is his specialty. SeanSolo8 and it's Vern from OakhurstStudios, who is a master at complaining about pretty much everything. And together, they are the Toy Duo.
Hey, welcome.
What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday.
How's everybody doing today? The chat. Sean, how you doing? Haven't seen you open.
Yep, it's been a week. I'm cleaning my display. That's why it looks kind of nasty around here right now. So ignore all that.
Did you enlarge that middle shelf so you can get your 1/6 scale He-Man and stuff on there?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower this down. I'm going to put all my clones up on that second shelf. So it'll mostly be showcased. And then I put like all my villains above me, but I'm not done yet.
That's pretty cool.
And I did do this side, which looks actually kind of cool, but not quite done.
Do you want to show us?
No, it's too much.
No,
like my desk. I don't know if I can show my desk, but it's got a stack of figures on there.
Oh my gosh.
I got a pile down here, pile over there. Oh my word. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. So it's out of control, which I'm sure people are aware,
right,
that collecting can. But I thought Grogu would be better down here on the ground looking up at me.
Yeah. So I did do this a long time ago where I had drilled holes and changed the shelf space right there to create this shelf. And that was originally my vintage Star Wars figures. But then, of course, I mounted those up on the wall and stuck them all in those
that's cool. And I might do that because I do have room like way up on the top. I could probably put stuff like that up there.
Right.
Cool. And right now, these two shelves, I don't know if you can see, those are nothing but boxes. So I can take all those down and put those somewhere. But yeah, progress.
Nice.
It's too many figures is what it is, man. Once you start collecting for, how long have you and I been like hardcore at it? Probably 3 years?
Well,
like buying almost everything.
Okay. So I've been collecting the Black Series since about the time they launched, because when I first saw Black Series figure and saw, holy smoke, I can get a 6-inch version of this figure I had in a 3.75. I was like 100% in. And I had picked up occasionally like a Marvel Legends when they were doing Toy Biz, but I was at one point really focusing on these like 12-inch G.I. Joes. And I had tons of them. I just didn't have them displayed anywhere because we lived in another house until 2015. And I didn't actually have like a study or a den or a room like this. Like I have a dedicated room in this house to display my collectibles, right?
Yeah, that's nice, man.
Yeah, and prior to that, it was like I had totes that once in a while I pull out and take out my G.I. Joes. And if you go back on my channel, you'll see like back in, I can't remember what year, but I would say 15, 16 years ago, I have some stop motion videos that I did with some of those 12-inch G.I. Joes. And that was kind of like, to me, at the birth of like digital crossover, because I remember I was using like Windows ME, and I was using like the Movie Maker, and I was like importing still pictures from a digital camera and then having to click on each one and say,
oh snap,
0.3 seconds, 0.3 seconds, 0.3 seconds. You know what I mean? So
crazy
to string them together. And that's why, like, if you watch them, like some of the lighting shifts, because in those old digital cameras, the lighting would shift a little bit.
Back in those days, though, we had a lot more time on our hands than we do today, because social media just takes up so much time.
Time, yeah. You could really just drown yourself away on like social media. Like you get on TikTok and start scrolling through videos, and the next thing you know, it's like, wait, what just happened?
Gone.
Yeah, what just happened in that movie I was watching, right? Anyways, we want to say welcome, and this is the Toy Duo. It's a new live stream. We're going to do it on Saturdays at noon Pacific time. It's 1 o'clock where you live, right, Sean, right now?
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
And then for the other half of the year, it'll be noon there.
Yeah.
So you'll time travel to the same time zone. The hosts here are SeanSolo8. You can catch him at youtube.com/@SeanSolo8 or OakhurstStudios. It's youtube.com/@VernRants. That's my handle. Anyways, if you're here, you already know that because you clicked on the link. So do you have memberships on your channel?
Yeah, sure do.
Okay, so we both have memberships and stuff like that. If you guys want to join, become members. I know I have, like, I post stuff on my community just for members. Like recently I posted some pictures of some 3D printed heads I bought, figures that I'm going to be working on. And then I'm going to post some more later because I got some new heads that I'm going to be working on figures. I just got to find the right bodies. So if you're a member and you see those posts, you know, when you have a great idea of like what body or whatever you think would make a really cool version of that figure or how I can modify it, let me know because I'm always looking for some ideas on that. So I'd like to go through the chat and just say hello to everybody who's here. How about Brian Myers? His poll was, will Sean be on time? And that reminds me, I do have a poll. I started a poll and it was, would you want to see like, and I should have put live action, but live action Luke Skywalker Adventures, maybe on like Disney Plus or something, but with a new actor. Would you be up for that? Or do you just want to let Luke go with like basically Mark Hamill? Or do you like this like meshed version? Because I don't know if that would be too much to do an entire series where they just mesh with Luke. Expensive.
That Thor Skywalker guy on YouTube, he was mentioning how they could do like a Clone Wars, type show anime, and I think that'd be really cool because they can every week they could have a new adventure of doing stuff.
That could be good. The problem is, I wonder if I would watch it. This is my problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I keep saying, like the animation's hard for me, but maybe if it's Luke. Jonathan Redmond's here. He's wanting to know if comments will stay up for more than 0.089 seconds. Only these two, Jonathan. The rest of them will speed on by. So, Sir Eric Brown, hello. People saying hi to each other. You got Fabulous Disaster. They're doing a live stream. I checked in on theirs yesterday in the afternoon, and then they were saying goodbye, everybody. I was like, darn it. Sonny, hey, how's it going?
What's up, Sonny?
Oh, he's already talking like he's from down under. Hey, mates. Or is that,
Right,
British?
chap. That's everything. British, Australian,
right?
Scottish.
Where do we collect the advertised free ice cream? Okay, you got to run on down. Do you guys have a place called 31 Flavors?
Yeah, today's show is brought to you by Dutch Bros.
Dutch Bros this week. I'm sorry. When you hold up that cup, I feel like you went to the paint store and just
it looks like it, doesn't it?
From the corner,
like that Sherman paint.
Yeah, and they got like a coffee counter in the back.
You can scan that QR code, and
what do you get?
You get rewards. Like every 5th time you go, you get a free one. So Gerard
Kane? Yeah, Zero Toy Hunter. Zero
Hunter
Toys.
Hey, they changed the name of their show. Instead of USR, it's ZSR. Because how he used to be Universal Collector.
Because he changed his channel name. Let's see. Connor. Yeah, a lot of hello. And it's Mark from Blue Harvest Toys is here.
Yeah. Connor exploded, man. I guess he was the first one with the Snake Eyes video. And it got like 7,000 views last I checked.
Amazing.
Good job, man. Yep. Now he just needs the subs because what a bummer. That would have paid for that figure, that video.
Probably. Miriam, hello. Rosa.
Oh, can I show you guys my new acquisition this week?
Do we have a choice?
No.
Just messing around. They got us here. Bring on the Lukes.
Look
at that. He got a puppy.
Another one.
Happy with you right now.
No, she's sick. She just got her shots, but her name's Belle. So I have Holly and Belle. So, but isn't she adorable, man? Really
looks just like your other puppy.
It is. Yeah, that's why, pretty cool, man. Really stoked about that acquisition. That was actually my wife's. She was mad because my other dog loves me to death, and she was really jealous.
Oh, she wanted her own.
We're getting another one. Yeah, but now this one.
This one attaches to you.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's not going to be good. Let's see. Gerard. Yeah. Sounds like everybody's saying hi. Fabulous. Sir Eric. I'm down for live action with Sebastian Stan, but it'll probably make more sense to do Luke's Jedi Academy as an animated series.
Yeah, and just name it that would be cool,
Yeah.
And that would actually get more people watching the older stuff.
32 flavors.
I really think so.
Now, have you ever thought about this, Baskin-Robbins? Because Connor's saying they have 32 flavors. What would be one more flavor?
Yeah, no kidding.
Captain Spaulding is here. Posted a killer.
Hey, you guys in chat, bust out your Lukes, man. Let us know who's your favorite Luke Skywalker. Vern's got all of his, and I've just picked out about 4.
Brian's action figure reviews.
Everything's a mess.
Duffman's. What are you talking about?
Hold on one second, my daughter.
Captain Spaulding. Oh yeah, Captain Spaulding's showing off his killer clan diorama from Duffman's Dioramas. Did you see that firehouse that he sent over to Dave's Dimensions?
No.
You got to go check it out. It's pretty good. If you like Ghostbusters anyways. Sean Solo got his Mondo Deluxe He-Man this week.
Man. Yeah. Good for you, man. He's actually really cool, but I do recommend just getting a hairdryer for maybe 10 seconds and just heat up that upper torso part, because mine was all stuck together. And I've seen so many people snap them. But honestly, I'll pull a close-up of this guy. And he doesn't need to stand. He stands on his own. But this guy is beyond badass, man. So epic. He is beautiful. But I really do. This is one of my favorites, man. And like I said, he's going to have a shelf next to the Final Fantasy characters. The only problem, though, is this knife is like loose. But other than that, yeah, he's badass. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this week, it's all about Luke. We took a poll, and you guys wanted to know which figure we were going to talk about. And we're going to do some reveals here in a few minutes, new action figures that kind of came out, and some new toys. I put some different stuff in there to talk about. I don't think I encompassed everything. But then we're going to talk about the action figure of the week, which, of course, this week it's Luke. And I put a history of Luke, and it'll be like our history of Luke, because I chose to do something different. I did not go study up the Wikipedia articles or anything like that. I felt like we should just talk about what we know about Luke. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what I was thinking.
Hey, I'm going with the flow. You know me.
Yeah. And then, so we could get started on that if you want. You want to do the figures?
Let's get into pickups.
You want to do
not pickups? No. Reveals. I mean. Sorry.
Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, so here we go. What do you think about these Funko Pops? Yeah. So let us know in the chat. What do you guys think about?
I don't even know what they are.
It's Gilligan's Island. You got Marianne, the skipper.
That is cool.
You got the millionaire, his wife, right?
Yep. Yeah. You'd have to tell me though what it is, otherwise, yeah.
It's funny about Funko Pops because for the most part, they're identical except for like whatever accessories or something that they put on there, right?
Yeah.
I just want to say hello to Rolando, who just joined us.
What's up?
That's the 0.8 seconds. So I don't know. So what do you think about them though? I mean, like you don't collect Funkos, but do you think it's a good idea? Or do you think they're just running out of like
I think it's a great idea because it was probably missing in the line, and collectors are probably going crazy. And obviously, it's a nice gift thing too. Like if you're in Walmart and Christmas time's coming, and maybe a parent or something is a super fan, that's a great gift. I'm sure it's going to be in a box set, maybe.
See, that's what I was about to say. Like a box set with like a picture of a shipwreck, and they're all like on the beach would have been like really cool or something like that. Right? But like
that's not the case, or is it?
I don't know. I think they're individually boxed. Ooh, but I'm not a big Funko Pop fan, so when I saw these, I just wasn't that excited about them. But I might be interested in a Gilligan, honestly. Yeah. Right, and that's about it.
Because it does look cool. He does look cool, and you can tell that's him. Right away.
Yeah. I'm like reading the chat. Okay, so let's see. Not my fun, but pops or not my fun. Co-pops are not my thing. Yep. Let's see, Brian saying Funko's not. Gerard Funko Pops, he likes them. Zero Hunter Toys.
Evil.
Evil.
Yeah.
Then Eric, Funkos are all right, but this has to be really something special for me to buy. I agree with you, Eric. Like, it's got to be something that just stands out. I did pick up a couple of these Marvel ones that are like black light editions, you know, that glow under black light, but I don't even have a black light, so it's like they're just tucked away in a shelf somewhere in the back.
I think I got some clearance ones, like, you know, the trash compactor scene. Somebody probably bought it for me,
Right.
things like that, which
Yeah.
they actually look really cool.
So I had tried thinking about, you know, they had that Funko Pop. It was like the Mando riding the Blurg. And
Oh yeah, that would be a cool one.
Yeah, the time I thought about it, I was thinking, I wonder if a 6-inch action figure would fit well on top of that Blurg.
Yeah.
And if that Mando would be easy to like rip off the top of that, and then you can use that Blurg for like a background piece for like that for your Black Series figures. But then I couldn't find it anywhere, right? So I'm not a fan of them, but they look good. Let's see.
I couldn't imagine the space.
Yeah.
But I like how some people have like walls, because you can literally just stack them. You know what I mean? Which is kind of cool.
Well, Gerard's got 330, so
that's insane. My daughter's got some. Is she considered a collector? You know, the Hamilton on Disney Plus. She's got all the Hamilton ones, and she has like Zombie, Scarlet Witch. She wants like all the zombie ones, things like that. I don't know if that's a collector or not.
Yeah, let's see. Jonathan's
less than 10. Is that considered a collector?
I say it is. I say when you get to 4 or more, and the problem is because once you get one and you put it up on a shelf, and you start getting like, once you get to like 4, you know you're going to get more.
Okay,
that's in my opinion, right? So now that's the birth of your collection. Right?
Yeah. So I've got, I think 2. I think this Pinocchio is really cool.
Right. I mean, like I look at it, and I just think of like the toy photography possibilities with mixing and matching them in with like other lines. That's all I think about. Like, because I wouldn't.
I bought that Sorcerer Mickey from Super 7, and I haven't opened it yet, but that is something that I would like to own too. Because I like little things like that, like Popeye. I just picked up the Boss Fight Studios Popeye.
Oh, is he good?
I don't know. He just came in, and he looks cool. I think it was $20, and it comes with accessories, extra head.
I saw people doing like I saw a video where the guy did a custom like Jeep or something for him, and
no way.
Looked really cool. And I was just thinking, is it a 6-inch figure?
Let me just show you real quick, because I literally just got them yesterday, but it's in a little box, and
3 or more is a collection.
He would fit with a 6-inch.
Okay, so that's cool. Yeah,
but it looks like he comes with a can of spinach and 1 extra head.
Like, here's what I would do with the. Let me take this down and make you big screen so you can show that off.
Yeah. You can see. Well, the back will probably show it better.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But full articulation, and they had more, but I was like, all I need is Popeye. I don't want to drop $100 on the whole line. But I think that's pretty cool.
I think you could do a picture of him like socking like Wrecker out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be funny. All right, let's see. 3 more is a collection.
There you go.
Connor's got a collection up. Deep. I can't say the word. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Brian. I know I'm hurting Brian's action figure reviews by not saying some words.
Yeah, nowadays you get like demonetized. I guess they rolled out a whole new thing, and like people's old videos are no longer monetized, and so no more F-bombs, basically.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead
within the first few minutes. Hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah. So okay, so Mickey, you say hot?
All right. Hot for sure, man.
Okay. Or Pinocchio. I said Mickey. Pinocchio, I meant. Now, this thing I just threw up there because it was like images got like released somehow, and I hadn't seen this guy before, but I mean, I'm in the G.I. Joe classified, so I think this guy is actually really cool, you know?
Yeah.
And I did get the Crimson Guard in the mail, and it
he's like beautiful. I'd love to get one of them.
Pretty much the same accessories here with the short knife and the machine gun with the what do they call that knife on the front? Can't remember. Anyways, so it looks like the same accessories. It's just painted different. I think he looks good.
Yeah, that's easy pass for me. Luckily, classified. I do have a lot. Connor says that, but when he sees it,
I know. And then we're gonna see a video tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sonny Bayonet. Thank you, Sonny. It's always at the tip of my tongue, and then I forget. All right. I know
Yeah.
you got something to say about
Oh
Spider-Man.
boy. Yeah. Well, I pre-ordered this, okay, because
Okay.
I want the old version really bad, and I have the platinum trophy on all the Spider-Man games, so I'm a super, super fan of this look. And it's so stupid because it doesn't come with double hands. Like there's only one Swipper hand, one open palm hand, and one fist. And
Right.
people are really upset because the MSRP is $36.99 plus you have to pay for shipping because it's only available at like Big Bad Toy Store,
Well,
Entertainment Earth.
wait a minute. When you say one,
Yeah,
I can't.
one of each hand. It doesn't come with a set, which is crazy.
Well, so I'm looking at this picture right here,
Hmm.
right? And
Well, it
this,
comes with his two fists.
okay, he's got the two fists, but you're saying the other
Yeah,
hands are like one each. Okay, yeah, that's
one
really weird.
Swipper and one like open palm, and that's what people are really upset about. But he does have articulated toes. He's pinless,
All
and of
right.
course, I think it's just the Renew Your Vows repaint.
Well, it does look like has some good articulation and stuff like that,
Yeah,
but I'm not a
the
I'm
guy that
not
does
a,
Star Wars did these photos. That Shooting Galaxy. So the guy that
okay.
does all the new Star Wars
So of
pictures.
course he's gonna go
Mhm.
off. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Eric's got a question about GI Joes. Do you think they'll make a crimson colored Viper like they made a crimson Bat?
yeah.
I'm gonna let the chat handle that because
I think they're
I'm
gonna
get.
keep doing it,
Here's the
repainting them
thing.
over and over.
So for that, I would say yes, they're going to do it because it's super easy for Hasbro just to repaint a figure and then just pop it back in a box, right? I mean, they've already
Yeah,
proven it to us. I mean, everybody says GI Joe, I think, is like shining when it comes to their lines, and Marvel and Star Wars, the 6-inch lines are not really doing that well. But
hmm,
I mean, like they've released a lot of repaints in this line already. I mean, I think we
yeah,
have three or four different Dukes, right? If you count the
hmm,
one where the Tiger Force Duke, the regular Duke, then they redid the regular Duke, and then they have that one where he's got the camo on him. It's just another Duke, right? So I mean, they gave him a helmet. So I think that
yeah.
proven that repaint is easy.
Yeah, Jonathan Redmond says this is the same Spider-Man body from the Renew Your Vows 2-pack, which is only 50 quid. Yeah, I understand that completely. And you got more hands, extra head sculpts too, right? And then this one here, I think they know on the aftermarket. I think this figure originally goes for like I think up to $200 at one point. He's just so hard to get because they made it like before the launch of the original game,
Right,
and most people can't get this figure.
right.
And then people were upset because they got the Miles Morales, which I actually have a few doubles. He comes with, multiple hands, multiple heads, and a Build-A-Figure piece, and he's
Yes.
only 24.99. They're like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And this isn't an all-new mold, it's crazy.
Right.
But
Uh,
like I said, I'm a sucker. I don't want to buy the first version for $200 with pins and doesn't look as cool. And maybe that comes into play. And maybe it's a test. They want to see how far they can push us.
right. Here's they gone repaint city.
But I haven't seen anybody say no, in the chat. Are you guys buying this figure if you're, a
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd
Spider-Man
like to
fan?
know too. I mean, do you guys think this is hot that they've released this figure?
Yeah, hot or
Uh,
not. We need to
I
see
think
more, guys.
I think the price point's going to really turn people off.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dave's dimensions, no
I,
way.
here's the thing. I don't want him to buy anything else. Honestly, I just
Yeah.
want him to go back and run his company, and help out at stock prices. Anyways, renew your vows for $14.99. Ooh, that's pretty
Yeah, I
good.
seen that. Hopefully they don't cancel. Yeah, I guess in the UK you can get all kinds of good stuff right now for really cheap.
Yeah.
But that Renew Your Vows set at that price is a no-brainer, man.
Yeah.
Solid value.
So Dave's here. We were talking about your the diorama you got, Dave, and G-Force joined us. He's not buying many $35 figures.
Yeah, not I won't buy
I
any,
understand
but this is an exception.
that. Jonathan saying Dan Yin, who still hasn't followed Vern, was getting blasted on Twitter over the price. He has followed me. I'm just muted probably because he doesn't see one of my tweets or anything. It's fine. I don't need him to. He's good. It'd be nice, but it's fine. Okay, what about these guys?
Oh, that's an easy pass for me. I wouldn't buy that for $20, I don't think.
Now, here's the interesting part about this future force, or the Franklin and Valeria Richards, right?
Mhm.
I think they're too old. I think in these pictures they're a little bit too old. I mean, and you know, I will tell you, for the price, it came out as $49.99. So at least they just took two figures and doubled the price, which I think was good on their part, because I was totally expecting this was going to be like a $64.99, and they were going to like try to pump up the price because we got 15 accessories, right? Like with
Yeah.
this guy in the middle. But the accessories are like these little flames here are accessories. You know, the
Yeah,
smoke
those are,
coming.
and those
I'm
are
like,
just
come on.
out of the old Black Widow packs, and they're all
Yeah,
been used already.
yeah. So I think like I don't like. Yeah, I'm a no on these. I'd like to know what other people think of them, and I've got a couple of extra slides for these that I'm going to show. Right. So this is Franklin Richards. This is how I see him in the comics. Right. This is like, when
Yeah.
I saw this figure, I was like, oh, it's Franklin Richards, but why is he buffed out and looking like a 25-year-old? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
He should
Yeah.
be like a preteen. And I know they can do the body because they did those Into the Spider-Verse figures and stuff like that. And then when you go to Valeria, right, they gave her like a full adult body. And I'm thinking like they have the body because they could have just used a Spider Gwen as the body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It wouldn't have been that hard for them to do that. And I think it would have been more appropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're right on that. I'm curious about that. Did you see that leaked wave of the new Spider-Man movie with
Uh,
the new Gwen and stuff? Those packaging, they look so weird, and some of those figures look weird.
I have not seen it yet.
Now,
Uh,
this I think is cool. I did pre-order Spider-Woman, and the other ones I already own, but I think it is good to have those on the shelves,
yeah,
only because they're important figures that they really should always be available, for kids. For, say somebody's birthday is coming, and for, $10, I can get a Spider-Man figure for a little boy that
sure. Yeah,
probably, I think that's cool. I think this is
I, I
great.
I agree with you. I mean, like, I do want to take a minute and just say, hey, thank you, Connor. I really appreciate it. Thanks for
Good
this.
man. Good man.
Um, I think that's really awesome. It's unexpected, but I want to say
Hmm.
it's super appreciated, and I really thank you. So with this wave, let's get back into this wave. So I get what you're saying about having the Spider-Man and even the Hulk, because like these are my next two slides, right? This is the Spider-Man in his previous release. And
Hmm.
when these released, I purposely bought like two because I wanted to make sure to give my
So
grand,
did I.
I gave my grandson to one, and I know he like just ripped it out on Christmas, but he sat there
Oh, good for
and
him.
looked at it in the card for probably a good 5 minutes. I mean, he had a pile of stuff, and once he opened it, like he stopped. You know what I mean? Like he
Mm.
just actually just looked at it for a really long time on the card before
Yeah.
deciding he wanted to open it. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And there's a little bit of a variation because you can see they did do a
Yeah.
paint difference on it, right?
Yeah, dude, when I was a kid, I would have traded 10 Star Wars figures for just one of these all day, because that's how most of us got our toys when I was growing up. You have to trade
Sure.
to get what you wanted.
Dave says he's a pass on the Future Force. Looks like Danny Phantom. Let's see. Spidey is the same price as Ward Duke.
Yeah.
Reed Richards and Susan Storm rip off. Well, they're their kids. So I'm wondering. I got to go back to this. I wonder if that Valeria and Franklin Richards coming out in an action figure is a tell. You know how they're doing all these like younger superheroes and stuff like that?
Hmm.
Like you got the Miss Marvel and you got the Kate Bishop and you got these old like younger generation superheroes. I wonder if somehow in that
Ah,
Fantastic Four, you're already gonna end up, or maybe with this multiverse crossover, somehow we already get the Valeria and the Franklin showing up, to kind of work with these other younger generation
good
kids.
possible. Good
Yeah. And
possibility.
that's why Marvel or Hasbro cranked them out. Like if they
Yeah.
some sort of like a tune up.
And going back on that, that I think is like an old buck they were saying. It's got pin legs, and And a lot of my figures I've noticed now over 3 years of having them on display, they get all bow-legged and loose, and
Yeah,
those pinned knees are junk, man.
yeah, they're pretty bad. I mean,
And
like,
that's what they're selling, us now. They expect people to pay for it.
yeah. Let's see. Is that Hulk the same size card as the rest of the wave? Much bigger, like the Sentinel card? No, it is the same size. So here's the Hulk, and what they did was the bubble
Oh, it
is,
looks like a different Hulk.
yeah, the bubble's just wider. You know what they did? It's the same Hulk. He's just got a different, looks like a different paint scheme. Like he's.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my dog barking. I'm gonna go
Oh,
check
okay,
on it
okay, okay.
real
I
quick.
was like, oh, I got a cricket in my house, but I think it's they did that lighter green on the Hulk. But the card is the same because I have like the Hulk and I have the rest of them, and the cards all match up on those retros. Let's see, $10, nice price. Yeah, the $10 price point is pretty good. I do like that. And hey, Gap, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Let's see. Not these. They should have really kept the Marvel Universe line going. These are poor in comparison. Okay.
Yeah, my daughter's come over to cook lunch for everybody, so that'll
Oh,
be
that's
fun.
nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hot toys. That's the way. Yeah. If only all of us
Or
mere
this
mortals can
little
afford to buy
teaser.
a whole bunch of hot toys. Right?
I would love a
Mr.
hot toy
B.
figure. I don't know why I picked He-Man, because that's how I justified that He-Man. It's like, oh, I don't have any hot toys, and I would love a
Yeah.
He-Man,
And then
and
you're
that's why I went that route.
and then you got your He-Man. I mean,
Hmm.
but to be honest, right? You do collect He-Man. And
Yes, I love
and
it. Masterverse and Origins,
yeah, and I
and I
think
still have my childhood ones.
yeah, and I think that's like almost your line in a way, right? Like the He
Yeah,
in a way.
I just
Um,
don't do a lot of reviews like I should.
so I threw some McFarlanes in. What do you think about the Riddler here?
I think it looks amazing, but
Yeah,
I won't get it.
yeah, my problem is this 7-inch line, right? Is
Mm,
like it's hard for me to want to go in on this. I wish the McFarlanes had stayed in the 6-inch scale, the
yeah,
112 scale. I'd probably have half my, well, with their prices and stuff like that, I probably have picked up like I was going to say hundreds, and then I would say no, that's too many, but that's probably about right.
yeah. Now, if it's ever like on a deal, I might pick it up because it is ultimately a really, really cool looking figure. But what I'm wondering is maybe they don't do 6 inch because Mayfix has the rights to maybe DC 6 inch.
Oh,
I
it's
wonder
possible.
I
Now I have
wonder
a
what the
bunch of
story is.
Mattel used to do the 6-inch superheroes, so I wonder if
Ah, okay.
somehow they still have them. But I still have a bunch of my 6-inch like Batman, Superman, those ones from the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Eric's saying that he's a 7-inch as I'm running out of room. But yeah, he does make some cool
Yeah.
figures, and then he's waiting on his NECA Alf. Now here's
Oh,
where
I
I
want that.
here's where I break down
Oh, I
with
want
this
that.
NECA figures. They are bigger than the 6-inch, and I do pick up some NECA figures. So it's kind of like, I say like, yeah, no, I don't want that bigger line, but I mean, I do have, like the Back to the Future or whatever, and I'm gonna probably pick up some of these the Jaws figures when I see them, and I really want those Last of Us figures.
Yeah, those would be cool too. I'm hearing great things about the show. But yeah, that Alf, I don't want to pay the shipping because after shipping, it's like 40 something bucks. So I'm hoping I find it in the store.
Right. So let's see. What's got them? Let's see. Okay, let's see. So then I threw this Batman up there because I thought this one
Yeah,
looks really kind of cool.
he does look cool too. I like those big ears from like Arkham Asylum,
Yeah.
really cool.
Well, those Play Arts Kai Batman figures are awesome. I have
Yeah,
one, and I think he's fantastic. And then I have a Catwoman and a Batgirl, and
I
I
would
think
love the Catwoman, man. That would be
yeah, I
sweet.
think they look good. So NECA War Duke is starting to appear in the UK. Cool. All right, so
Hot. We got a hot finally.
I know
Thank you,
finally.
Dagon.
All right, so get rid of that. That was the
So is that it? Oh, and Mayfix Psylocke got reissue this
yeah,
week.
I didn't see
I
that until
did.
after I had
I
uploaded it.
pre-ordered.
So I didn't. If you pull it up and share it, I'll throw it on the screen.
Nah, I'm sure everybody's seen it, but it's available for anybody in the chat wants it on, I think, Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store.
All right, so I'm going to show this really quick. This is the did everybody see the Mandalorian season 3 trailer?
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't,
like 5 times.
Now is your chance.
Our people are scattered like stars in the galaxy. What are we? What do we stand for?
You got to take your mic off.
Being a Mandalorian's not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy. That way, you'll never be lost. I'm going to Mandalore so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
May the Force be with you!
This is the way.
There's something dangerous happening out there. And by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
Hang on, kid. This is the way.
So I think that's cool. I want to say hi to Axel06 joined us. Hey, thanks for
What's
coming
up?
by.
Yeah, I guess better every time, but I guarantee what's going to happen is they're going to have that ship as a HasLab, and then right after it ends and everybody's got it
And they
in, they're
blow it
going to
up.
blow it up. Yeah. We know
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. So when the Book of Boba Fett, I was gonna say when the last season of The Mandalorian ended, right? But I think it was the Book of Boba Fett where he admits that he took his helmet off, right? In episode 5 or whatever, the Book of Boba Fett, because it was actually an episode of the Mando. I think we were talking about it, and I think we were like, yeah, I bet he goes to Mandalore and then rides a mythosaur or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm wondering if this is just getting us closer. I mean,
Oh.
because there was a lot of speculation about riding that Rancor right up to the end of Boba Fett, and sure enough, there he did it, right?
Yeah.
And I can totally see that happening.
I can too. Absolutely.
Yeah. Rolando saying, I was typing. Can you reply to the Mando trailer? Yeah, I was talking, and then I got the quiet down in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I had to watch it on my TV to see what he was doing with his hand, but I thought that was pretty good. So I think it's an interesting parallel because we're going to talk about Luke today, right? So
that was less than point something of a second for G-forces, but yeah, I agree with that.
At least 4 Mando repaints.
Lots of repaints.
Yeah, we're going to get a whole bunch of Mandalorians out of that show, right, for figures. But so it's interesting because I was like thinking when we were talking about Luke, in the middle of the week, I just started thinking like, so Luke goes to Dagobah to begin his training with Yoda, and then leaves, abandons Yoda and his training to go help his friends.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize there was this parallel, like Grogu's training with Luke, but abandons the training with Luke to go to his friends, right? Like to Mando. I know it's not the same situation where his life wasn't in jeopardy and maybe he did like, oh, his life's in jeopardy, I got to go. But it's interesting that they both abandoned their training to go be with their pals. So I wonder if there'll be a return where Grogu will come back and get some more training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'll start the animated series.
Yeah. I can't wait for season 2 to see season 3 of the Mandalorian.
I gotta put in this Wi-Fi password.
All right. Oh, Jonathan. What did Jonathan say? I got to go back. Frank Frazetta artwork. Oh, yeah. Okay. Did I miss something? Let's see. Blue Sasquatch, hello. Let's see. Hasbro must be creaming themselves with a number of Mando repaints they're going to be able to drop for season 3. Yeah, as soon as they saw that trailer, it was like, start painting, boys. Lobot. Yeah, we need a Lobot. I don't know what happened with that Empire Strikes Back releases.
So many holes in the Black Series.
Matt, Mr. B, Rolando, and anybody I missed. Let's see. The Death Dealer figure. Okay, I haven't seen this. Have you seen the Death Dealer figure from Mezco?
I'm not sure. I did see the updated Red Sonya figure. That looks really cool.
That's been on pre-order for like so long, and it's finally going to ship this month. That's, I think, one of the reasons why it's finally showing up in like people's feeds.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's they re-changed the whole body. You know, they changed the leg gaps and the chest plates.
All right, I'm gonna share this because share screen, window, boom. Is this what we're talking about? When you say the Death Dealer, because yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. My first Mezco is going to be the Batman one from the movie. It looks really cool. And then I think Spider-Man, they may have made a Spider-Man that looks really cool.
Yeah. The problem with okay, so
that looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah. The reason why I don't really go in on these figures is because of the cloth outfits. But
the Spider-Man looks like one of the childhood,
the Amigos.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get that.
But the thing is, cool. You could save yourself a few $100s by waiting till Mego starts releasing their superheroes lines, because I've seen videos where like the Batman, the Superman are already hitting shelves. So there's definitely going to be a Mego Spider-Man that's going to be totally retro, like those ones you would have got in the 70s. And I had those Migos, but in the cloth. And the thing is, the cloth deteriorates, rips, or
really?
Yeah, they're just not really. That's why I'm staying away from those ones that have like the cloth outfits. Even I do like the cloth goods that they put on, like like the Purge Trooper. But over time, that cloth is just gonna rip.
That Batman one though, it's like thick cloth, like his pants are like proper like cargo pants with pockets and stuff. I mean, it just looks sweet.
I just I guess with like GI Joes, because I have the 12-inch GI Joes, they all have cloth outfits and they feel really good. But I've had a lot that have just deteriorated over time, and if you don't store them right, you're kind of in for it. But anyways,
that's like me. Some of these figures, when I've been rearranging, some of them I've had to rinse with water. They were so dusty, and you just can't wipe it off. So I just run it under a tab.
I was going to show this. So you were talking about the pinned legs, right? And so I have the Medusa figure.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of been on my top shelf in sort of this pose because the hair is so heavy that I have to like use the hair to sort of balance the figure. But if I straighten it, right, you can see where the leg has.
Oh my goodness!
The legs have like bowed over time, right? And I mean, that's what happens when you pose your figure and just leave it on a shelf. It may look really good because it's still in that pose, but it's caused like that bend.
Yeah, the weight just, over time, even though it doesn't weigh very much. It's crazy.
Right. All right. So, like just as we promised, we are going to feature Luke Skywalker as the figure character of the week. And I do have my Return of the Jedi book with Luke Skywalker. This is by far probably my second favorite Luke outfit. My favorite being the Bespin. I don't know which outfit you like Luke in, but I always thought that Bespin one looked super cool.
It was my favorite. I think Bespin for the longest time. I'm not sure though today.
Yeah, it might be different. Okay, so I'm going to show this off. That is Al Wilkinson art piece, and it's the Red 5 or whatever, Luke. I have had that on my wall for years. I found that at Goodwill for $5.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about living where you live. You have all these different locations where I think we have one Goodwill here, and there's never anything in there. Anything ever.
There's got to be something in there. I mean, I think what ends up happening is, like, I noticed there's one Goodwill where they bring out these blue totes and they're coming from the back. It's like the stuff that's priced, and people will swarm those blue totes as soon as they start like going through them.
Why.
So you just gotta like know, like, oh, blue totes, make a run for it, right? Like, because some stuff never makes it to a shelf.
Yeah, that's probably what happens here, because I never see nothing except for like naked Barbies and stuff.
Oh, I paid too much for that. Darn it. Bent leg, yeah, and they want $35 for the same plastic.
And that's what's going to happen with this new Fantastic Four figure, because it has the pins. You know, it's terrible.
Yeah, but the thing is, and it's not like you're going to be leaving that in a box.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you can't anymore with these windowless.
Right. So your favorite character in Star Wars was Han Solo.
It was Han Solo, yeah.
So I'm curious to know. I did that poll. I'm going to stop that poll. Hold on. I think. Okay, so 68 people are saying, out of 31 votes, have said yes, they would totally like new Luke Adventures with a new actor. And let me do a new one here. Who is your favorite Star Wars OG character? Luke, Han, who else? Leia, C-3PO. There. Did I just put that back up? So basically the new poll is just giving you a choice between Luke, Han, Leia, and C-3PO. I don't know why I threw in C-3PO. Maybe it should have been R2-D2.
I don't think anybody wanted to be C-3PO when you're a kid playing with your buddies. Who's going to be who?
Right. So I got
C-3PO.
So they got saying Jango Fett, but I'm really just sticking with that original trilogy, not the prequel trilogy.
Chewie, yeah.
Chewie. Yeah. Darn it. I'm not going to redo the poll, but yeah, Chewie. He's a great character, right? And he's one that's pretty much made it through, I think, right? Was he in the prequels?
Yeah.
And then makes it to the original. And he's the one that survives into the final new trilogy, right? So really, this is like either the story of C-3PO. Like, do you ever see Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams, where he's like a robot and then he evolves over time?
Yeah. It's
like C-3PO is like the Bicentennial Man almost. No Vader, because he's not a hero. He's a anti-hero. Jango would have been his choice. Got a lot of Vaders.
Yeah.
He's not on the poll, people.
Yeah.
Okay, so Luke was originally... So from what I understand, and I'm sure there's many more historians in the chat, so you guys correct me or throw in your 2 cents, your 5 cents, because I'm sure it's more valuable. But from what I understand, the original workings of Star Wars was going to be about 2 brothers, and the older brother was captured and the younger brother has to go rescue him, right? And I think it was Star Killers, and I think Deke. It was Deke, right? Was the original Star Killer or whatever that would have been there. And I have this book. Let me pull this out. So I have this book, and I took a couple of pictures from it during the week. I'm trying to share screen window. So this is concept art, right? Of the Vader, and I think that's like Deke Star Killer, and you know this that concept Obi-Wan Kenobi and Vader set that they came out with,
yeah,
that Black Series. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Vader's kind of blue. I almost wish they would have had this character in that box, right? They would have.
Why they didn't is so stupid, dumb move.
So,
but it's coming. You know it's coming because they're just
Yes.
going to repack that Vader and then put this Luke in there.
Yeah, so I think like the way Luke was written was it was changed to a brother and sister who were twins. And then I even think that when they started filming Star Wars, from what I remember, is that he was still Star Killer in the script before they changed to Skywalker. And I believe that like even right up to the end of Return of the Jedi, there was a version of Return of the Jedi where Luke takes over as Darth Vader after Darth Vader dies to rule the galaxy. Do you ever hear any of those theories?
Yeah, I always read about that stuff, and
because I totally
watch
feel
like all the behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So like
I was originally like the Book of the Wills or something, and then the new trilogy was supposed to be the Book of the Wills again, and but yeah, super cool. And there's the original Chewie.
Okay, let's see.
Now I don't remember this one. The guy with the lightsaber, was that supposed to be Han Solo or something?
I think that was.
Everybody was going to have one originally.
I think that's actually the two Star Killers in this picture.
Okay.
Or brother and sister or whatever, right? That's what I actually think this picture is supposed to be, because that's a woman, and I think those are the two twins. So Luke's Star Killer and probably Leia Star Killer or whatever her name was originally is my
Still
guess.
would have been a cool movie, huh?
Yeah,
it's just they didn't have the technology. I'm sure it would have looked like that if he had the technology back then.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? They had to make do.
That how the story would have been different. Like the next trilogy would have been like the brother and sister fighting each other because one of them or the two brothers, right? Like if it was the original and Luke becomes Vader. If like say we just go with the characters that we have, Luke would have become Vader pretty much at the end, because I think that like Lawrence Kasdan actually was in favor of that story arc, but it got axed because Lucas was concerned about kids watching, and so that's why he wanted the good to prevail. But can you imagine the next trilogy could have been Luke and Leia, Luke versus Leia, right? Like her having to get trained because now she's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Kasdan wanted somebody else to get killed too, and Lucas said no. I can't remember who it was. Probably Han.
JT, Star Wars has always been about Rey Skywalker. Disney,
always, man. It all leads to Rey.
It all leads to Rey. Palpatine. Let's see. Yeah, like we were talking about that last week, right? With the Boba Fett and the Edmonton Stormtroopers here. Hello. With the Boba Fett, that like with the technology, it really was.
Yeah, that's why Edmonton was saying. Yeah, that's what I read. I thought it was Han, but no, it was the Stormtroopers all had them.
Yeah. So like the technology where Boba Fett couldn't really do the things that they probably wanted him to do. And then with that prequel trilogy, they really got an opportunity with Jango Fett to just show him off, especially in that battle between him and Kenobi on the water planet or whatever, was just probably one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Darth Muzz is here.
What's up?
All right. So this is the first Luke that I've ever had. You could see his head is not very.
Yeah, it was like a bobblehead. I seen it when you were holding it.
So this sword, the lightsaber is not the original lightsaber. I have the original lightsabers for this. Of course, the tip's broken off, but I have them in like another little plastic container, and I don't actually display my figures with them. This came out of one of those retro Lukes. I just wanted it to present better. That's why I stuck the saber in there. But I do have an original saber.
Yeah.
Do you have any vintage Star Wars like Luke?
Yeah, I do have a bunch on display, and I also got all these from who sent me those? Yeah, but I have some.
Holochronicles.
Oh, yeah, Holochronicles sent me these.
Hey everybody, Geek Strong's here. Thanks for joining us.
What's up, Dino?
Dino, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, the only farm boy Luke I
Guys are
have is
blowing me away.
retro.
All right,
Retro
so I do
collection.
have this Luke. This is the
Oh
best
yeah,
one.
that's cool.
This has always been my favorite Luke. I have a couple of these. So I have the brown-haired one, and that's the one I display with the pistol and the lightsaber, and then I use the yellow-haired for putting in with this backpack. And remember, these were like mail-away. These that little carrying thing was like a mail-away.
Yeah.
And I remember cutting off the UPCs and filling out the stuff.
I know, and there was you only needed like 5 of them or something, which is really cool.
So
because my parents did all that stuff too for me.
So then, of course,
Mm-hmm.
the pilot, right? So I want to show this one. This is I don't have a sword or a pistol for this guy, but this is my vintage Return of the Jedi Luke with his robe, and I'll just take this off.
And they had a snap one and a regular one, huh?
This one's sewn. But when this guy came out, I remember I was so far behind being able to get this guy. Like it was like at the end of when my parents were like really, giving me money to buy toys and stuff like that. And so it was like I had to scrounge change, money together to pick this guy up, because I think they wanted me to change my interests into different types of stuff, right? Yeah. So when the Black Series came out, they came out with this Jedi Luke was the one that they came out with originally, and I always wanted this version, which we have now, right? We have a couple of different versions in this outfit, but I had always wanted this version. So I had, and I think I did a video. I had made this one,
which is the best one you got, really.
Yeah. So I did make this one. This one, I'm pretty sure this is the Jedi training Luke Skywalker body, the one where he's an older guy, and I just swapped out the head and then did some paint work on it. But then that's how I ended up making my Jedi Luke.
Yeah. So now I do have the Jedi Knight Vintage Collection one, which
let's see that one.
I don't know where it is, bro. It's my TVC are in piles right now. So but I did pull out the Yavin one, like I was saying, which is, I think this is probably the best TVC one available, which that's amazing for 3.75, looks great. Really good job on that. But they've come such a long way.
It's interesting how we keep saying like they make so many Boba Fett's, right? And then we didn't really consider like what they're doing for a character like Luke, because I'll just give like a rundown of my Lukes, right? So Stormtrooper Luke, Bespin Luke, the Jedi training Luke, except for that's of course different body. Then this new Luke, which is the Mandalorian one, the Walmart exclusive Jedi Luke. Then there's the Return of the Jedi. That's also like the indoor version or whatever. You got the New Hope Luke. You got the what's the Snowspeeder pilot. You got the X-Wing pilot, right? Then you got the comic book version of Luke, right? And then
Dagobah,
yeah, and then that Dagobah training Luke. And I'm just curious, like, how many Lukes do you guys have in your collection?
And the best one, which I think, we were talking about that, is this one, the indoor Luke. And I have them displayed just like that. I mean, that is the best Luke Skywalker.
I'm gonna make you figure. Yeah, so that's okay. So I think I agree with you. Man. That is a fantastic figure. I don't
know if it's better than the new one or not that you got, the Mandalorian, but yeah, that is incredible. But actually, for the money, this is the best Luke Skywalker.
So that is the
SH Figure Arts.
Yeah.
But look at that. That is insane, man. Really, really good job on that. Okay, and because of the wired cape. Ooh, just beautiful figure, man.
See, and that's what I wish they would throw wiring in the Black Series case.
Yeah. Even the hood is wired.
The cape on this new Luke is so big, and you can't like, you have to really just like fold it. But if it had wire, it would like hold it in place. But that indoor Luke is pretty much this Luke.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the indoor. This is the indoor Luke. Now, the only difference between yours and mine is this guy came with 2 chest pieces, and one of the chest pieces, it's got that fold down. So I peeled this one off. I had to pry it off because it's glued. It was glued on the indoor one, and I swapped it with this one so that I can have this version with that piece folded down. Now, I'm waiting for them to say in the 40th anniversary, why are we not getting like, we should have, I mean, if they were going to do the indoor Luke, I think they could have thrown in the extra chest piece because they already have the mold for it. Right.
And they could do a deluxe box and people would buy it with a wired cape, multiple chest pieces.
Just to give Hasbro added value. So let's hold up your figure arts again. And let's check out these faces next to each other. I'm going to kind of hide myself. Or do this. And then you guys can tell us like which one, or do they look?
I think they went worse. That Mandalorian one looks like almost like trash compared to the indoor. It's crazy.
And here's the difference. This is why I think this face sculpt is kind of like different, right? Is because I think it's a combination of what they did in the show,
that deep fake thing,
where they made the deep fake type thing. See, I'm going to go through some of the chat since we started talking. Let's see. Just got grocery shopping. Let's see. He's saying hello. If you had of bought booze, they would have just given you your action figure money back. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
It's up on his channel. He's got it.
I posted my toy hunts on Instagram today. Awesome. I'm going to check that out later. SH Luke. Connor's got that one. 8 stores today. Geez, you were busy.
I mean, yeah, that figure, if it was sold in America, I think it was like $55, but you have to pay for shipping. But look at what you're getting for 20 more bucks, $35.99 for that Spider-Man. It's crazy.
So JT saying the Luke Stormtrooper disguise was taller than the standard Stormtrooper. And that's kind of an interesting thing too, because this one I don't think is shorter than a regular Stormtrooper. The Luke in the Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
The only guy that's taller is, I think, the Han Solo seems like he's taller, but let's see. Deluxe if Luke came with, I think though, if you're going to take a figure that you just released a couple years ago, you can throw that extra chest piece into the package and then, added value. I mean, you already cranked up the price. Yeah, Mando Luke. No, the Return of the Jedi Luke is here. This is the one. And I almost like his face sculpt a lot.
Yeah, I got that one too. I don't know if I pulled
Walmart version.
Who else did I bring here? Oh, and then, I know you showed yours briefly, but this is actually one of the best Luke Skywalkers also, is the Snowspeeder Luke.
Snowspeeder, yeah.
Because he's got massive butterfly joints, and the articulation is just awesome on this guy. And the detail is fantastic.
Let's see. The face is off to Mark Hamill, but true to the scene from Mando 2. Yeah, and I think that's...
This is the Mandalorian one, though, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the SH Figure Arts, because they're not using the... I don't think they're using the face tech. I think they're using more like art reproduction. That's why they chose to do a closer Luke. I think that these guys took video from the show and did a rendering from that. That's what I think that they did. That's why I think that yours looks more like Mark Hamill's Luke, and this looks more like the deepfake version.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. I don't know why.
Let's see.
I mean, the face on this indoor Luke, you know what I mean? It's way better than the one you got. It's just crazy. But I'll know when I have it in hand, I may change my mind. But from the videos I've seen, it just looks like cartoony almost.
Yeah, let's see, Darth Vader. I found some great Northern Dan Murphys. Haven't tried it yet. Okay, so like the before that, I do like this one. This is the Bespin, and this is the original face on the Bespin, right?
Yeah,
Whoever
yikes.
that guy is. But this was the newer Bespin,
And
and
that's good too. Yeah,
and
about
that
that.
one's good. Yeah, so I think
That is
they
a good one.
have been making change. And I do have one Luke in Power of the Force, and it's this one. He's in the
Yeah, that's crazy,
Imperial
huh?
Guard disguise, yeah. And I've always been tempted just to rip him out, but then somehow I just leave him in. It's not a great package anyways. But one day I'm gonna pull this out. So curious to know in the chat, everybody, how many Lukes do you have in your collection?
Yeah, see, I got another Jonathan Redmond agrees with me on that snow speeder Luke. It is an incredible figure. It blew my mind. I was shocked. It exceeded my expectations when I was reviewing that. I had 15 Lukes on my desk. I remember that video. But yeah, 15 Luke Skywalkers.
Hello, Brandon. Icebox Comics and Games. Yeah, I haven't opened mine yet.
It's good, man. You'll be blown away if you do open it. Because every pose I wanted to get him into, he did. And of course, I got the snow speeder. Did you ever buy the snow speeder? I haven't opened mine yet.
I didn't get it. It was too expensive for me at the time. I saw it going on sale, and I said, if it goes down $10 more, I'm going to buy it. And then it was like,
I wonder how much it is today. It probably went up.
It's back over like $100 or something like that.
Yeah.
I won't spend that much. You know the problem is like, so I do stuff like this because I have so many New Hope Luke Skywalkers that they always end up being like some sort of a custom fodder. So this is actually made from Luke, the old base sculpt, and I thought it really worked out for him. But I end up doing that because, I mean, when Luke came out with that land speeder, I think I found them for like $15 a piece somewhere. I bought 4 land speeders with the Luke. So I ended up with like 4 Lukes. I had destroyed 2 of them by taking them apart, and I was going to try to build like a new.
You're like the Toy Story guy, man. Torture.
I honestly
got a new home. Oh no!
I had, and then the Ray speeder was the same thing. I had a few of those, and I was trying to. So the Ray speeder has like that really cool looking like grill up front, and it stands like vertical. Well, I was trying to turn it horizontal and make that like the front engine compartment of the vehicle, and I was trying to merge the 2 of them together to try to make a bigger, maybe like a multi-person like vehicle. And I just have all these like land speeder and Ray speeder parts like in a plastic bag, and it just got so like confusing. I was like, oh man, now they just still sit in that bag, but I had literally broken them apart. And now
I got that for like $20 on Black Friday. I still haven't opened it.
So I have one that I was painting, and the idea behind the land speeder, I was painting it to look like the Mach 5, from Speed Racer. And I was trying to make a custom figure to look like Speed Racer, but like a futuristic version with like, it was a Poe Dameron body, and I had the helmet, and I was painting it with a Mach 5 and stuff like that. But I used this really crummy paint. It wasn't coming out very well, so that project got shelved. But one day I'll probably go back to it because I still think it's kind of an interesting idea. Let's see. Okay, Dagobah
Now
Luke.
the Dagobah Luke is really good. The one with the Yoda, that is a fantastic figure, man. Yeah, that might be actually the best one.
Yeah, I really dig this one. As a matter of fact, it's interesting that I keep showing this and saying the comic book Luke.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a Dagobah Luke that I painted.
Yeah.
Because I was
I passed on that one. That might be the only Luke I don't have.
The comic book one?
Yeah.
The problem is the Dagobah Luke went on clearance at one point. It was cheaper than that comic book version, so I ended up buying a few of these. And it's cool because you got the extra Yodas and stuff. But I used that Luke, one of the Lukes, I painted them so I could get that comic book look. Made from a Luke, believe it or not. That's right. General release of Dak. Yeah, I think it's because they wanted him in that speeder. They wanted to make that speeder something. A G-Force has 17 Lukes. So let's see.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Yeah. I had 15.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
12.
I know what I'm missing.
I think I got 13.
I'm missing I don't have the Farm Boy Luke, and I don't have,
What?
no, I don't have the Farm Boy Luke. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just don't like the way it looks, that cloth thing. I think it would look like trash on a shelf. So if I could get it with the land speeder, though, I would
Yeah.
love a land speeder.
So this
And
is
I don't have that Luke, the older Luke.
so this is a custom that I did. I just threw them on. It's kind of a mix match between a Kylo Ren and I think these legs are from actually Darth Maul, but it's not. Don't worry, everybody, it's not a real Darth Maul legs. It was a bootleg. Like I had a bootleg Darth Maul that ended up in like somebody sold me off of eBay and they had to give me my money back and stuff like that. And they were like, just keep the figure. So I kept it. Yeah, Dak only came with the snow speeder. Let's see. JT's got 6 or 7 Lukes. Ricardo.
What's up?
Ricardo's here. Let's see. Gerard's lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hate to know how many Gerard's got. If you count vintage collection, shoot, I probably have, who knows, man, 25. But I'm sure I bet he's got 50, man. Easy.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even count like my vintage ones right here or the ones that are still up there because there were different variations of Luke. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have like that brown-haired Luke. I have.
And there was Musclehead Luke.
Yeah, I have a couple of versions of the Bespin. I have 3 Bespin ones up there, and I have one tucked away somewhere. And then,
I mean, even SH Figure Arts, I think this is the Mando one's the second Luke that they have. No, they've got 3. They've got a Farm Boy Luke too, which looks phenomenal. That's the Luke I would like.
Yeah,
that Farm Boy Luke from them looks so good.
Oh, I know.
Same with the Han Solo. Looks great.
Yeah, this Farm Boys really needs an update.
Yeah, that vest.
If his outfit's falls off, and I don't like the cloth on the top. It just bothers me. So behind everybody, Dave's probably, I'm gonna watch from the beginning.
Yeah, that's always fun. I do that though too. If I catch a live stream, I'll be behind. I don't care.
So
forget chat.
Oh, I was just gonna point something out, and I forgot what it was. What were we talking about right now?
How many Lukes Gerard has?
Yeah, he's got like probably a bunch. Oh, I wanted to show this. So this is the Farm Boy, the original, right? And I don't know if anybody caught this, but this is a Melloway too. This belt.
Oh, no way.
Hook. Yeah, it was part of a Melloway set, and he has the grappling hook. Of course,
that's really cool.
Thread. So the thread's wrapped around him. So like,
yeah. When I was like 8 years old, that was like my favorite scene. Just that grappling hook and swinging across a chasm. So awesome. I don't think there was any movies that did that back then.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing those things didn't end up in the pond in my backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Cat's here. Hello, Cat. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. The only thing I got from my childhood is stuff that didn't sell on eBay, thank God. My wobbly Man-at-Arms, my Voltron.
So the original He-Man figures, what were the joints in there? Were they like
it's rubber bands?
Have you ever tried
the legs are rubber bands, see?
Have you ever tried fixing those?
No. They just sit here. But hours of play. Don't have his chest plate anymore. But yeah, hours of play, man.
JT's asking about Family Guy Star Wars figures. Yeah, they would be cool. Let's see, I saw the grappling hook earlier. So they made the ones that I have never gotten. Have you ever seen these? Like, that's pretty cool. Have you ever seen these Star Wars Muppets figures?
Oh no, I would love those, man.
Yeah, man,
cool.
I keep seeing them on. Goodwill's got like an auction.
Yeah, I bought all the Muppets from like Diamond Selects, which I'm gonna open soon. Like, the DC, or not DC, San Diego Comic-Con one with
Oh,
Animal in the back.
That's cool.
But I'm going to open all those up soon.
I think
now that I finally got them out.
I am so interested in these like Muppet ones because I always think that they are expensive, right? Let's see.
Oh man, yeah. If they're not, I would love them. But I think Kermit goes for a lot of money because they had him reissued him on Entertainment Earth one year.
Oh,
And
really?
it was like $100 for the entire wave, and I bought them all of them. Kermit, Fozzie Bear, Miss Piggy, the cook guy, the beaker guy. You know, that goes me 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 me. Oh, I bought them all, man. Thanks,
Okay,
G-Force.
what happened?
He just said, "Cool Muppets, Sean." But yeah, one day I'm going to dedicate just a stupid long video that over time will get a lot of views. I hope.
Yeah, they do have rubber bands for those Motu. That's why I was asking if you ever fix them. I fixed a lot of my vintage G.I. Joe figures with getting the new rubber bands. Yeah, so Eric's saying I never knew there were Star Wars Muppet figures.
I didn't know either.
I just looked these guys up because I think that this is the one that I would really love to get. So let me pop them up really quick. $80 this sold for.
Oh, dude, look at what's his name again? Oh, don't tell me. I don't remember. Not
Animal?
Beaker.
Oh,
The guy with the glasses. I can't remember. Scooter. There it is,
Scooter.
up on the top. I cheated. As Lando. That is so cool. Who is Animal?
Animal is Boba Fett.
Can you zoom on that a little bit like you did the other one? Oh, dude, that is so cool.
Right?
And who's
then
Frozen? Oh, that one dude, the pig guy. That's so funny.
Is that hilarious? I think they're so cool. I see them on Shop Goodwill once in a
that's
while while I'm
awesome.
looking through the auctions and stuff like that. And I just think, man, that would be really cool to get some of these just to have them. And this would be the one set that I would actually be after because you're getting Fozzie as Boba Fett and you're getting Scooter there as Lando. I think it would be super cool, right?
How much was that?
$80 it sold for.
Oh, dude, what a steal! I think that's cool.
Yeah, it is, but it's like when I
Now I
know
want to
that
see Kermit. Can you find Kermit? Star Wars Kermit or no?
when I've seen them cheaper, it's kind of like hard to like say, oh, I'm going to pay that much for them if I've seen them sell for less. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I imagine Kermit was most likely a Jedi, you know, and Miss Piggy was Princess Leia. I wonder who Han Solo was. Probably Fozzie. No.
Fozzie was, I think, Chewbacca.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So here you go.
Or the dog playing the piano. Wonder who he was.
There you go.
Oh,
so
dude, how cool is that?
Right?
So those are what, Disney Park exclusives, probably?
I don't know how they were. They say 2011 and stuff like that. I have only ever seen these because Gilster
so
saying
cool.
that is a missing piece in the collection, so he must have those. And I've only ever seen these because I go on that Shop Goodwill and I look through the action figure auctions and stuff like that, looking for, right?
Dude, those are beautiful, man.
Oh my gosh, they had a Clash of the Titans. Yeah, last week it was they had Perseus, they had the guy with the tail, they all had their swords and shields. There were like 5 of them sold for like almost $300 or something like that. I was like, oh no way, there's no way I would spend that. They had the Dukes of Hazzard stuff that went pretty expensive, the original ones, and then they had some other ones that went crazy. Oh, they had,
you know,
Tron
if I ever went to Vintage Lane and stuff like that, I think that would be my first go-to is the Clash of the Titans, because that movie meant so much to me. Because I saw it in theaters when it was released, and it was just so powerful, man. I'll never forget Medusa and Perseus. Yeah. You know, I wanted to be Perseus so bad. I'd run around with my shirt, you know, halfway through the sleeve. My mom would yell at me because I stretched the neck out. I wrapped it like underneath my arm, you know.
Yeah.
But man, I love Clash of the Titans. In fact, I ordered that Medusa. She should be coming soon. Statue, and I'm gonna have that next to He-Man. I think that would look really cool, probably.
Yeah, that would be the way to get it, right? To get like a statue or something like that. So
there's dude.
Gonzo's like Vader.
No way.
Yeah.
And what's up with the chicken?
Because he had his chickens, dude.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Years ago. Yeah, I think these are like 2011 or something like that. Star Wars Muppets and sold them years ago, but I still have Kermit and Miss Piggy as Luke, and Beaker and the scientists.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, Mr. B. So I think those are really cool. I mean, like Pigs in Space set. Let's see, are quite pricey. The entire collection. Yeah, Eric's shopping. He's like, oh man, I gotta get those. Oh my gosh, this is the problem, right? Like one thing leads to another, and then you're like, oh god, man, can you imagine? Gotta get.
Yeah, this year I'm slowing down because now that I'm trying to organize everything and have shelf space for stuff, there's just too much of it, man. I got too much.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? Like, I mean, I got some piles here and stuff like that, and
I don't have a room. You know, if I had a room, like I'm in my bedroom right now, so I've got like one side of my room, and I'm not allowed to put stuff in my living room. And I respect my wife for that. You know, I don't blame her.
Do you guys have a garage where you live, or is it just
no, just a car cover? We're in like these duplexes, you know.
So in our old house, I used to live. I had told this story in like a message thing, but I'll just kind of like tell it. Somebody said something like, "Oh, they'd like to live like kind of like more rural, off the grid, get a house," you know. And then somebody said like, "Oh, as long as there's a Target like 5 minutes away." We used to live in the mountains in the East County, San Diego, and you know we had over an acre around us and stuff like that. So, like, you know, it was a couple 100 yards to get to your neighbor's house or whatever, and the house, the property, super nice. You had like, I mean, when the sun went down, it was dark. So you saw all the stars in the sky every time there was a meteor shower or whatever. All you had to do was go out front, and it was just a spectacular.
I couldn't imagine.
Right? You come to the city, and you know you got all the city lights, so you're never going to see that stuff.
No, that's like here. I can drive like 10 minutes out, and the stars are like you've never imagined.
Yeah, so that's what it was like living up there, right? So the property had like some oak trees, and when we bought it, the guy had a sign on the driveway, and it said Oakhurst, and it had like, because two houses on the property had the two physical addresses for the houses, and then it said Oakhurst, and he had planted a bunch of like oak trees in addition to the ones that were already there. So when I first started like my YouTube channel, like so many years ago, and I started doing those stop motion movies, I kind of imagined that this is going to be my movie studio for these like 12-inch action figures, right? This is going to be their world, because I had like all this land where it's like some jungle over here, some dirt over here, you know, and I can build like a little city over here if I wanted to. And I just imagined I was going to be making like a little outdoor backdrop. So that's how I ended up with the name OakhurstStudios. It was supposed to be like OakhurstStudios, right? Like just a little back history on that, but that's how it came about. And then I thought about changing the name of my channel maybe a few years ago, but it was right after I started doing the shorts, and then I started getting like the subscribers, and I was like, oh well, if I change it now, are people going to get confused?
Yeah, it's like me. If I change my image of the Baby Yoda, I don't know, man.
It's really confusing, right? Like on Twitter, like I'm like, who is this person like liking all my stuff? And then I realize, oh, that's somebody who changes their image like every week. I'm like, I don't know who this is. And then you look and you're like, oh, okay, I do know who it is, because you get so familiar with somebody's logo and stuff like that. But I did.
My thumbnails are all the same though. I always have like the box and a pose, so I'm hoping people, which doesn't work.
Yeah. So we have like, where I live now is like we have like a side yard on the side of the house. It's not that big, but we had put in a raised bed planter area, and I'm soon to pull out a few trees that we overestimated what we can grow in it, like fruit trees, and I'm taking some of that space back to make like a mini outdoor set for photography and filming and stuff like that. So
perfect.
I'm going to try to make it.
Yeah, those fruit trees and stuff will get out of hand fast. I know my parents, they had like a peach tree, a couple of them, and they had to get rid of them because they just grow so fast. It's not even funny.
Yeah. So interesting like that. But so did you get anything new this week that you want to show off?
I got Popeye.
Anything besides Popeye?
Oh, on clearance yesterday before she was gone, and I didn't because I'm digging through everything. I got her for what, $3 or something.
Is that's
so
a
she can get
4-inch
eaten.
figure, right? Like a 4-inch?
Yeah, really tiny. But no, that's all I got, man. I think.
So I did get
I got a whole bunch of He-Man, but they're buried.
Yeah, I did get that Halloween Wookiee, and I did a thing on it. And then I ended up getting the Crimson Guard. This guy came in.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Like today. And then if Dave's still here, I did get this guy from Dave. He did that little giveaway thing, and this is I was gonna actually take this figure out. You don't have hair that long though, but you know how we always joke.
I'm growing it. Look, man, that's why I've been hiding it. Finally growing my hair.
Kind of looks like you a little bit. So I was thinking about doing like a stop motion with like this guy and my Action Force Vern, and then maybe making that like the intro. I do have you know who Nine Numb is, right, from Return of the Jedi. Yeah. I did get a head for that, and I'm thinking about using the Luke body, but then I thought it was like the wedge. It's not.
We're gonna cut his legs?
No. Well, I did that before with like a Rose figure to make the my custom quill, but I think the Luke Jedi Luke is pretty short. But the problem is, I thought this piece right here came off, and it doesn't look like it comes off. So now I don't think I'm going to be able to.
I wonder if the Snowspeeder one does. No, yeah, that's glued on there really good. Yeah, I'd show off what I got, but it's so buried in this mountain back here, man. But I got 4 new Masterverse figures. The Too Bad, Catra, a couple of them. No, not Catra, but Frostra. I want Stratos. I couldn't find Stratos.
Oh yeah, I actually did get one of the I don't have it up here, but I got the She-Ra that was on because it was on clearance. I guess the
I know you can get her for $9 right now. I've got her in my pile, and I looked on my app to see if I can do that window of everybody talks about exchanging and getting your money back, but it says it expired my return window.
Right.
Have you paid I think $18 for mine, so it's not that bad.
Hey, so I got a question. Have you seen that? Do you know who Chris Perillo is, right?
Yeah.
Have you watched?
He was live right now when I tried to put our show up.
He's live like 24/7. It's this locker gnome where it's like a conglomerate, like I think like community base where people can just pop in and share what they're doing like all day, all night, right? Like it's actually pretty therapeutic in a way. Like I don't know if like when you just have like something live going on in the background, you're seeing people, who are actually doing something. And a lot of times they're just not talking. It's just they're going about doing their business and stuff like that.
He used to do that on Twitch, and I would pop in.
Yeah, it was big.
But he stopped.
Yeah, so he's trying to, I think, bring it over for YouTube, and it's actually really cool. So if you haven't, Dave, I've been trying to convince my wife to watch me, but she's too young to have seen them when they came out, but she's not too interested.
Oh, okay. He's talking about, I couldn't imagine somebody today.
So Pearl, he's gonna do like collector talk or whatever, and I think he's gonna do that like a little bit later today, maybe like right around 2. But he does have like segments that he's building into his 24/7 live stream, and it is actually kind of cool to like get on YouTube if nobody else is doing anything and you see it, just pop it up. It's kind of fun, just seeing like, hey, there's actually people, because you always think about it, right? Like, oh, I wonder what everybody's doing right now. So it's kind of a really cool idea in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking about live streaming me just, organizing stuff, but then I was like,
do it, man. I think
nobody wants to see that. I don't think.
Just put the camera in the corner so you can see like a big section, and then you'll be in there. The problem with because I had thought about it too, because I really want to redo the shelf. I don't know if anybody has noticed, but that shelf is a wreck right now.
Yeah. That's how mine look. Yeah.
And the problem is because that's like my Vader, Emperor, had my Luke in the black outfits, and I've been like pulling them off so I could do like a couple of these videos and stuff like that. And I'll get around to like wanting to like pull stuff out and do stuff. And I think, oh, this would be the perfect time to set up a camera. But then you're going to see me like sitting on the ground for like 45 minutes looking at like one thing or something like that. And it's like,
yeah, that's why I figured,
yeah, I'll get sidetracked onto like doing it. I do want to talk about these like boxes. I know that was like it's been a big topic.
Oh, I threw 3 bags of boxes away yesterday, and it felt good. And I've been doing that continuously, but a lot of the reviews, I've been throwing them under this desk. But yeah, it's so good to get rid of boxes.
All right. So the windowless boxes, I know we kind of skirted around it last week, and I know people have been like finding different figures in there, and people are doing it live. And then I see people like on social media posting pictures of what they think they found in a box, right? I feel like some of those are manufactured a little bit. And I'm not trying to say, hey,
you know it.
Whatever, but I think like some people have just jumped on it. And unfortunately, I think it's kind of clouding what's really going on. I will say that with those Dungeons and Dragons figures and with some figures, they come damaged in the box. It's horrible. But the truth of the matter is, for me, you guys saw my video about my krill and then the arm broke off. Well, it was basically ready to break, and it's in a window. So even if I had saw this in the store, it would have looked fine, right? It wasn't until I got it out to like play with it that it actually like broke.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I had a mixed Mayfield like that where his elbow wouldn't bend. And,
yeah, it's just weird.
Now it goes all directions.
So Hasbro did ultimately send me a new one.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, so they finally sent me a new one.
Are you going to open that one, though?
I did. I opened it and I moved the figure around to make sure it wasn't also broken, but I stuck it back in the box. But I normally didn't keep any boxes before, right? I typically...
Hey, thanks, G-Force. I guess he's watching it in the past. Congrats on the new puppy, Sean.
All right. Oh,
sorry.
So anyways, like, I typically didn't keep any boxes. I toss them. If I open them, they kind of went in the bin. But since they started doing these like enclosed boxes, I've been opening them like this.
Yeah.
And I've been kind of keeping them. So the ones
that's not bad. Yeah.
And they're flat.
Now, one thing I kind of wish is why I kept them is I have loose accessories now, like all over the place. It's like, damn, who does this belong to?
Oh, yeah.
Weapons and all kinds of stuff. But I can use my videos as a reference point, I guess. But that's where the boxes would come in handy. I would know whose accessories belong to who.
I mean, like, so I tried keeping like these, but because they have all these extra flaps, it's a little bit like harder because they got these like flaps where the plastic went. So they don't lay as, flat.
Yeah.
That's why I almost like these because now I feel like I can keep them.
Yeah.
And if I really wanted to, what I could do is I could just cut all these pieces off and just keep like the front, back, and side, right? And it would be like about the size of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So that's one thing that I found about that enclosed package, like with the Luke, right? I'm just going to open this up and lay it flat, and then I can ditch the rest of it, like the plastic things not in there. So I'm like torn a little bit on that.
That's a tough call.
I mean,
I think I'm going to still keep throwing mine away for now, but now that you mentioned that, that's something to think about.
I mean, like, I try to keep these. So the Dungeons and Dragons ones.
Now those boxes I stuck up in my closet. Something about those boxes to me are special.
Yeah, so I folded those flat, and the cool thing about it
that's what I'm going to do. Does Venture fold flat like that, or I'm sure it does?
So it folds like this, and what I've done is I've actually stuck the other ones inside.
I love that set. I really hope we get the rest of the gang.
Yeah, and then I'll be done. I'm once we get the other main characters, I think I'm done, just because wasn't that super happy with them. But I mean, I am happy enough that I got them.
Oh, right? I am. And I got mine on display, and I think they're probably one of my favorite parts of my entire collection. And it's a shame what's happened to them. They don't deserve I mean, if they break, they suck. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. I mean, if you watch back and you look at like my top 10 or even go back, I have these Super Sentai figures made by Evolution Toys, and they were like basically at the top of the chart for me. And so they are not SH Figure Arts. Okay, I will tell you, they are not the quality of figure arts. They're made very much the same, but they're like a very cheap down version of those types of plastic figures. They could be, in my opinion, on the level of a model, those plastic models. But because of what they represent for me, was like I really like them. So I think like that's why, as bad as like I felt like the articulation and stuff was on those Dungeons and Dragons, I still really like them because of what they represent. They represent probably one of my favorite cartoons out of the 80s.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. That, Clash of the Titans,
yeah,
and Star Wars and Spider-Man.
Yeah. So let's see. Stratos used to be male deodorant in the UK. Okay.
Yeah, because Stratos is the Masterverse I'm after. That might be the last one I buy.
Chris Bro, yeah. See, Connor wants to see you.
Yeah, clean my yard.
His yard, yeah, okay.
So much two dogs. Oh,
two
boy.
Dogs.
I'm picking poop up so many times a day.
Let's see. Saw the new Dragon?
I've seen the movie figures. I have not seen the ones I ordered.
All right.
They're peg warming at my store, the movie guns.
So I want to say thank you, Sonny, for the super chat. We're not doing llama rides on this show. It's
my daughter's.
This is a toy duo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we really appreciate that. I do, anyways.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Never expected, but
Vern does llama rides now.
I don't. I will do like some head swaps once in a while. What's interesting is like, I see a lot. I feel like I'm seeing more head swaps now than I've ever seen before. I don't know if it's like just a trend that started or people just have caught on or whatever. Or like, when you buy a car and or you start looking for a car, and then the next thing you know,
how about a puppy? There you go.
And then the next thing you know, like you see that car like everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
That's worth $2, man, right there. Yeah, cute little puppy.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like I don't see very many Dodge Challengers, but as soon as I started looking at them in the lot, it's like I couldn't believe how many people have a Dodge Challenger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
there's some talented people out there too that I'm following on Twitter that do the custom head sculpts, and they're just so detailed. It's not even funny.
So I've bought heads from Bounty Supply Company. If you're not following them on Instagram, I think they do a really good job. That's where I got my Vader one. And then, of course, I did this Carson Teva figure.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And this head sculpt came from Watto's Scrapyard. And they're on eBay. So if you look them up or whatever.
Oh, no. That's open box collector problem right there.
That's a total open box collector problem.
Mine in the middle of the night, because I've just redisplayed them. You hear one fall and you're like, oh, I'll check in the morning who fell. Oh, that is awesome.
And you know what fell was an actual Vader helmet off of the one where he's got the removable helmet. Yeah. And that's what they should put. That should be in a Return of the Jedi card, right? So they have that one Vader where his helmet comes off. Let's see. So they have.
Yeah.
They have this Vader where the helmet comes off and reveals the head underneath.
Ooh.
And they should.
What is that?
This is a Black Series Darth Vader.
And that was available at one point, like that.
Yeah, it's a Black Series.
Way.
Yeah,
how come I've never heard
and it's
about
2 pieces.
What?
Yeah.
Why isn't that reissued or anything?
That's what I'm saying. Why is this guy not available? Why is this not the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader on the card?
I don't believe that. That's crazy. How come I've never known about that thing?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
So I just don't know why that guy's not being re-released right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Hold on. D&D. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull this up. Let's see if I can do it. Twitter.
I'm gonna have to piss off in a minute, Vern.
Okay, that's fine.
Take care of this dog and eat with my daughter.
So we have new Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, this is cool. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play this video from. Darn it. Okay. Let's just do this. I don't like doing this. Twitter. Share. Can you see that?
I see a cat.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Dungeons and Dragons I haven't seen before. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So we have new Dungeons and Dragons I haven't seen before. It's pretty cool.
All right. It's not showing anything, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how to share that. Can you hear it?
Before. It's pretty cool.
Playing in the background. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've seen like the movie wave, and I guess NECA has some new ones out that I've seen a couple of reviews of those. They look super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Connor, crazy man. I can't believe I've never seen that Vader.
So Gerard has it in the Elite series. Yeah, it was they aren't they redoing that figure? I'm pretty sure they said they were revisiting that Vader for the 40th. That's the thing. I haven't seen that announcement or anything, Eric. That's why I kind of mentioned it. I would be surprised to not get that Darth Vader on a 40th anniversary card, right? That was I think that was a blue stripe box, maybe. That Vader. Anyway, so I couldn't play that video, but I did look at it. That dragon looks pretty cool. It looks like the movie dragon. A dragon from the movie, not from the cartoon, but I mean, it still looks like it's pretty awesome. So I think it would be really cool to pick up. But yeah, I guess we kind of probably hit our time limit, right?
Yeah, almost 2 hours. You want to bore people on a replay?
I want to bore everybody, but you know what? It's really interesting. I want to say thank you again to everybody who showed up.
Absolutely.
Check us out. I also want to say thank you for the super chats today. You guys are super generous and awesome
community.
And we really appreciate you guys supporting us in our live stream. And, leave us some comments and some feedback and stuff like that. And let us know, like, if you like the hot or not segment, if you like the focusing on a figure or character segment, and let us know how that goes for the future. And then, what we're going to do this week. I'm looking forward to The Last of Us, the second episode. I thought the first episode was fantastic. And I think that it's kind of fun just hanging out and like going through and talking about stuff. And I really enjoyed. I do like going through the new figures. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to run out of releases. I hope probably not, but I have a feeling like in the future, there's going to be like a week where everything's going to be like a knot because it's just a re-release of something that we've already talked about. But I do like maybe focusing, but let us know like what you want to see different. Just leave it in the comments on the video. And, we can always make changes as we go along. But, want to say thanks to everybody for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week, right?
Yeah, and I'll talk to you later too, Vern. I'm going to bounce. Peace to everyone, and I'll see you guys on Twitter if you guys hang out there.
All right, thanks everybody.
He's an action figure poser, which means posing action figures is his specialty. SeanSolo8 and it's Vern from OakhurstStudios, who is a master at complaining about pretty much